Yes.
Yes. We are live. Hello, Jax.
Hello.
Emilio Robinson. Thank you so much for being with me. We are live now on the Raw Explore, where we take topics and we look at current affairs and we explore them like little kids to really understand and imagine and think, why is this going on and why do people do this? So everyone knows who I am. Well, I assume they do. If you don't, it's fine. But what people really care about is who you are. So, Jax, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you do. I mean, I know you as the founder of Awaken Retreats, which is some pretty epic retreats. You also, you are, I'd say a co-founder, but you are also a leader in Conscious Leaders. You do Conscious Leaders Brisbane, which is a great space for people to come together around consciousness and leadership. So yeah, anyway, why don't you introduce yourself? Tell us who you are.
Thank you, Jess. Oh, I love this question so much because I have a really simple answer. I used to answer this question, who are you, with what I do. And over the last few years, especially of late, I've discovered that it's really got nothing to do with that, with what I do. Who I am? Well, my name is Jax, and this morning I was in a really, really great mood. At lunchtime, I was a blabbering mess. Last night, I ate probably 5 blocks of chocolate. And tonight I have claimed that I'm going to be the healthiest that I will ever be this week. So
love it.
I am a ever evolving human being who happens to love leading teams. Not just leading teams, but supporting people. So my greatest passion is actually supporting others. And also recently, over the last 5 months, yes, you mentioned Awaken, which is something that just kind of happened out of nowhere. It really kind of did, where I just magically started channeling. And I say magically started channeling because it was like magic. It was never something that I ever thought was possible. And now it is. And now we have, in the last 5 months, have actually traveled around Australia, also put on an incredible retreat with another one coming and all of the things. But really, at the end of the day, I am also a mother of 2 who are my teachers. So I am a student of children. And yeah, that's how I love to share who I am. I'm just like anyone else doing her best in the world.
Beautiful. And I must say, I love, or just before I tell everyone just how much I love you, I will say, if you are coming on, please leave us a hashtag, please leave us a comment. This is meant to be as interactive as possible. We're exploring a topic, so we want you to make comments on what we say. We don't want you to believe us. We are no guru, experts, or authorities on anything. So please leave us a message and leave us something. We would love to hear what you think about what we're saying. What we do have is some incredible personal experience, and we both work with a lot of people. So we're going to share that with you. We're also very great at telling you very authentically what we are dealing with and what's going on with us. So you're going to hear about us. Please leave us comments. Please leave us things. We would love to talk to you about it. I'd love to hear from you about it. So hello, Kate, Kayla, Keith, Robin, Chris, thank you. And the more you come on, you leave us a comment, I'll interact with you guys as well. So as you would have seen from the note, Jax is actually Australia's Oprah Winfrey. Yes, she is.
Yep.
Asian Oprah, that's right, Oprah. Australia's version. I am Australia's version of Ellen Degeneres. As it turns out, self-proclaimed. I had 2 people say that I was, so now it's real. So that's all I needed. So yes, we are going to have, I just think we would make such a fun talk show. Anyway, at least I think so. And so does Jason. So again, who we've got on? Trish, it's not a replay. It's live. You're on live. I find it so funny when people do that. Yes, Robin. She totally does rock. Hello, Katie. Okay, so let's get into it. Toilet paper, misunderstandings, keeping calm through, you said the shit storm. I said the poo storm because I can't swear. What's going on, Jax? It's chaos. People are freaking out. All this stuff's happening. What are we going to do? What can we provide people here?
Well, you asked a really valuable question tonight before we jumped on, which is a question you like to ask, which is like, what's live in the world? Like, what's a problem happening in the world right now? And this is the evident problem from my perception right now. Yeah. And it's not so much the problem of the virus, but it's more of what's happening to us in between.
Yeah.
And really witnessing and noticing. And I guess maybe I'm just sharing this from what I've seen in the last, couple of days, is that I've actually seen some really crazy acts of judgment towards one another and laughing at each other, or even laughing at those who perhaps have genuine fears or, the chaos of it. But I really feel like that's something that's close to my heart, is just how something that is happening really can be a cause of unity, is actually causing a lot of divides.
Yeah, I definitely agree. I've seen it myself. And you know what? I want to tell everyone what we're intending here is to actually have a conversation for creating and being someone who creates and someone who lives and embodies compassion, peace, freedom, and a sense of calm. And we're going to explore this and look at how we could possibly do that through this kind of, there's a whole bunch of other stuff happening. So what have you experienced, Jax, about that?
Well, actually, before we do, if it's okay, I really want to acknowledge everyone that's jumping on, because I recognize.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Names, Renee and Trish and Robin, and I see you. Thank you for being on. And what I would love actually right now is, because I know that a lot of you that are watching are really potent, incredibly beautiful humans who have so much love in their hearts. So, I would love to ask you to powerfully request to actually, interject when you can, and share with us ways that we can just share more love in this time of the chaos. And as Jess was saying, this is zero judgment. This is a zero judgment zone. This is not like judging anything, really. It's just sharing what has been witnessed. And I've just seen a lot of different sides of the stories, and I know that I've partaken in some of the stuff, and I know that, and because that's what I do. I'm just a partaking human, and that's why I don't have a TV. I don't own a TV. You look at my house, there's zero TV. It is zero TV. Lots of talking to myself.
Yeah. That actually looked like a bit of a blur, but we believe you. Okay.
I did that.
No TV.
But the reason why I don't actually watch the news or anything like that is because I can actually get really influenced, and I just don't want to. And I actually know my nature, and I would feed into the fear. And there's actually legitimate fears, even though right now that we're not experiencing it here in where I am, like in person, I do know of people who have legitimate fears, and because they are actually experiencing it. And it's just, I really can feel that. I get it. I'm not there. I don't have the fear, but I understand. And so I don't laugh at that, because I understand it. And this whole, I don't understand the toilet paper thing. Like, can someone shed light on that? Like, why?
I can. I can
Okay.
totally. I've done, it's like I'm a bit analytical. So I literally laid in bed for about a night, like 2 nights, and went, I don't get it. I don't get what a virus has to do with toilet paper. I've never seen this, right? And so here's what I found is that actually, as it turns out, toilet paper is one of those things that aren't stored. So it's not stored in shopping like in Coles or Woolies. It's not stored, so they get frequent deliveries of it because there's so much of it. It's bought in bulk. So what happens is if you have an increase in demand even slightly, they go from the shelves. It's not actually a big deal. What happened then was what was exacerbated that was then photos went on Facebook and social media. And what then happened was then people thought that something was happening. So then they rushed into other places and it increased the demand again. But as you'll notice, you'll go to places that's still there. It's just that, there's only a few left, but it's like it comes every couple of days. So we're not running out. There's no problem. We're not running out. That's what the toilet paper thing is. Any other facts you need to know, Jax? Because I have them.
You got it.
Okay. I can tell you the confirmed cases according to the World Health Organization, and the confirmed deaths as a result of contravirus as well, and the countries in which it is concentrated.
I don't need a TV. I've just got you.
You do. And I think it's a good point. I want to tell people why. I don't do that because I'm concerned. I do it because I want to understand. So I want to understand what people are dealing with, why this is happening. And there's, over 145,000 cases of contravirus throughout the world. There's about 3,000 deaths, I can't remember exactly, from contravirus. That's a higher than usual ratio, which is hence the concern, right? Very limited known cases in Australia, I think only a few. And from what I can see, it was like a dot in the middle. So if it looks like it's in the middle of the Nullarbor, so we're okay. From what I can see. So we're okay. But what I think is important to note about this is, like you're saying, is it doesn't really matter whether I think it should or shouldn't be happening. It is. Mm-hmm. And there are people I'm very close to that have get bronchitis. Someone I spoke to today who gets bronchitis and is really concerned for herself. And what's happening in social media is increasing her concerns. So whether I like it or not, it's happening. And I don't think this is an opportunity to then start judging, pulling people down and creating more more stuff of what's already there in the world. I think this is an opportunity, as someone said. This is an opportunity to come together somehow. And I think I just wanted to say that.
Yeah. It is. It's interesting because in the last day I've seen so many things that have come up for people, and these are legitimate, like things that are actually happening right now to them, even though we're not anywhere near it. So people are actually losing work, they're losing money, businesses are losing money because we're all hiding out, or that's a real thing. I'm not taking that away from that, because that's actually a real thing. And also the hiding out is a real thing, because we do fear that happening. Yeah. And I also saw somebody who's in America, and she said her dad just had a heart surgery. And even though she's not buying into, like, she's well, she's fit, she's healthy, she's not like buying into the fear, they're making informed decisions as a household to quarantine themselves to save their father, which is legitimate. Like, I would do exactly the same thing. If my mother, she's not well, like, I mean, she's well, but I've seen her struggle to walk in the last weekend, and that breaks my heart. Yeah. And this was to be anyway, I would quarantine us too. And that's legitimate kind of thing. So I feel like it'd be really nice if we would just, if we would hear each other more. And I'm like one of the first people to say that sometimes I don't hear, but it's kind of like, how can we hear each other in each other's fear more?
Yeah, no, it's a good point. I mean, I must admit, I got online and I started seeing some things, and I was judgmental. I saw someone write a post to say it's not real, it's all made up, it's all the government making something up, it's a conspiracy theory. And I was like, oh my God. I remember having this judgment to myself, like, seriously, like, why would you write that? I'm not necessarily saying that's not true. I don't know. I wasn't around when the virus got born, so I can't say what happened. I wasn't there when someone went, this is the first case of contravirus. I wasn't there. I don't know. However, what I went through is I started judging. Immediately, I started judging what people were putting online. I then started judging this. I went through the judging. So I have a lot of compassion for the judgment. I think that's what I'm saying, is that it is very, very easy to jump straight into, what on earth are you Muppets doing? It's easy to jump into that. It's like, stop buying toilet.
We did. I did it. I was like taking photos of the toilet aisle, of the toilet paper aisle, going like, what the actual heck is going on right now?
Yes, I know, right? It's easy to jump into this and then hear someone go and get freaked out by it and going, oh, just relax, man. It's like, if you just relax, then it's going to be okay. Or someone that's going, oh my God, it's a conspiracy. It's like, oh, dude, you really think that's helpful? Like, there's so much judgment out there. What is going to be something different? What is going to be something needed, something compassionate? What would you say, Jax, Emilio Robinson? No, I feel like I have to say your full name, but what would you say?
Something different?
Yeah.
I reckon we should just do dance. We should just dance like really viral. Like, just like we should just like
a toilet paper dance.
Like something like really like,
Oh no, what's about to happen? Oh no. She's gonna go put something on. This is gonna get wild, people.
Like, do something with this, or even like make outfits, or just something fun and wild, and like those bridal. Oh fuck! I'm not a designer. I don't know where I'm going with this, but we should I think we could like just have so much more fun with this. Laugh at this more. Yeah. Like actually laugh at it more. I don't know.
And I think I think you're right. It's like, we can have fun with this, and also, it is okay to kind of allow yourself to get that businesses are worried. I'm worried. I'm a business. I run events. So I have to do some innovating right now.
Yeah.
I run events, and I also run a business, and it relies on live events, but now I'm going to have to innovate. I think what we can provide as leaders, like people that are coming on, I'd love to hear your comments. I'm noticing there are some, so I'll interact with you guys in a second. Allow people to be scared. Just let people be scared if they experience being scared. Listen, acknowledge. Yeah. I listened to a friend today who was terrified because she has bronchitis. Like, it's terrifying. And sure, that's exacerbated by the amount of stuff going on social media. So I agree, you probably want to turn the TV off, or Facebook. But like, from what you know about human behavior, this is very human, what everyone's dealing with right now. What would you say about everything you have experienced in terms of human behavior?
What do you think I've experienced with human behavior?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate on that question?
Yeah, I can. Look, I'm not asking you to give me your research as a sociologist. I know, right? Your experience.
Research.
I know. No, this is the world. Like, even I have a lot of research, and education means nothing in these scenarios. Anyway, in terms of your experience, what human beings do when they're afraid. Is this really any different?
No, we all do the same. We protect ourselves. That's what we do. We protect ourselves and those who we love. And so it's what we do we will go to great lengths. Those who have fought in the supermarket over toilet paper are going to great lengths due to fear of protecting their loved ones. That's it. We don't hate one another. It just results in that. It just results in that kind of behavior, but purely driven to protect our loved ones. I protect my loved ones like a lioness more than I would protect myself.
Yeah, absolutely right.
That's what we do.
Yeah. And so if everyone else is out there, and we have these kind of what I'm calling it 3 groups of reaction. It's all made up, don't be fearful, it's okay, just be happy and everything's going to work out, to, oh my God, I need to buy all the toilet paper and all of the food on the shops and I need to stock up like it's doomsday, to let's write a really funny meme on Facebook, which is where I've been. I bought a Corona and I was like, this is funny. It turns out Coronas have actually gone down in sales since this virus.
Wow.
Yes, which is hence why I've been doing promotion. I've been promoting and I've only been drinking Coronas since, to show my support.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Yeah, that's right. So if they're the 3 kind of responses that we're getting, what's another one that you could kind of be for people through all this?
Well, the one that wasn't mentioned was I personally, the route that I've personally taken is just for my own well-being more than anything, is, just I stay away from the mass exposure.
Yeah.
And I just chill out. Like I went down to the shop today, everything was cool, calm, collected. The chaos is actually online. The chaos is actually online and on the televisions. I would never have known. I would never have known if I did not see anything online or on the telly. If I just had no exposure whatsoever, I wouldn't know. We'd all be like cruising around the shop fine.
Yeah, no, that's true. And yeah, that is a good point. I don't think I would have either. I actually didn't know.
No one would have. No one would have. And it's the impact of the fear itself is what's causing the chaos in life. Even what I was saying before, like the businesses are closing and all of, that kind of thing.
Yeah. And look, it's actually interesting what you're saying, right? So someone said to me today, one of the things we do as humans, and this is, I was like, what am I trying to bring out here? Stories. One of the things we do as human beings, and I'm sure you've done a lot of work in this as well. People call it our inner narrative, our stories, our, I don't know, are there any other names that you give it to use in retreats? In my kind of facilitation, I call it inner narrative stories.
I use narratives, yeah.
Yeah, narrative. So we all play something out. So when we play something out, we get these like opportunities. Social media is an opportunity to start playing in a narrative or a story. The current one is, oh my God, it's freaking out. Like, everyone, don't touch each other. If you're married, it's time to just be abstinent. for the next 6 months. No touching. That's a story. That's a particular story you could play out. Whatever it is, it keeps you away from dealing with what I call just some simple steps in, I don't know how to say this any other way. This might sound conceptual, but some simple steps in reality that will empower you so you can keep calm through the storm. Here's the simple steps. As much as you hate the health authorities, they basically give you the answers. General hygiene. Just wash your hands. Not because it's going to make any difference, because maybe if we all just do that, it'll make people feel safe around you as well. I don't know. What's the other one? I run events. Keeping chairs a little bit further away. People are more likely to show up to my events if I actually follow the guidelines given by the health authorities.
Yeah.
Yes, there is a story that the health authorities are evil and they've made this up. Maybe, who knows? Either way, I know that people will feel safe if I follow these guidelines, and they'll be more likely to come out and still enjoy life. I don't know. What do you think? I'm happy if you disagree with me.
No, it's like Chinese whispers. I started to feel like it's like a global Chinese whispers right now.
Yeah.
And turn your TVs off.
You keep coming back to that. You're like, it's true though.
I do. It's such a real thing. It's like, you know, okay, I think of like right now I'm thinking, okay, so I'm exposed to what I'm exposed to who I'm exposed to. But if you ask me what Cardi B was up to in the last 3 months, I wouldn't know. She could have, you know, caught like or had cancer or something. She could have passed away. I wouldn't have known. It's because I'm not exposed to it. And so it's this whole like, I feel like the exposure of this, of fear, of such fear-based. So it's like anything that we're afraid of in the world.
Yeah, and look, yeah.
It's from that. So imagine like, hey, here's a perfect example. Okay. My mum, love you, mum, so much. She has the TV on all the time at home, all the time. She's just been suffering stress, like over the last few, not to say that it's the TV, like her lifestyle, whatever, work, you know, she's got a bit of body pain as well. And something in her body, there was a bodily function that was really uneasy for her. I've invited her to my place over the weekend, the first time she's ever come here. And I don't have a TV. It's so peaceful. It's cool. It's calm, collected. That bodily function that's been haunting her had disappeared. Not to say I'm not claiming that this is it, but she has just left my house this afternoon a completely new person. And it's because it's just a different environment. It's peaceful. So if this is one of the simple steps, is keeping peace in your environment. Keeping peace in your environment at home. Turn the TV off. Do you really, does it help to know any more information? Is it bringing you peace and harmony to have more information about something that has just been tearing the world apart, even when it's not even around? So maybe just try it. Try it for a couple of days and see how it feels.
Yeah, okay. I would say that, and just do some really basic things like
wash your hands.
You're going to go out, wash your hands more. I mean, I really haven't gone to a restaurant. Trust me, there's not really any restaurant I haven't gone to, excuse me, that hasn't now implemented something. You know, Guzman Y Gomez has got rid of all the cutlery and they've got a hand basin. Great. People have extra sanitizer. If anything, I'm a bit excited that everyone's taken on general hygiene just normally.
In general.
This is general hygiene. Do you know that your health authorities are just recommending taking on general hygiene practices here? It's really not radical what they're recommending. At events, it's a bit less, yes. Now, I also think the cool thing is where when I have been at events, it's become a way of connecting with each other in a different way. I mean, I'm a hugger, but not everyone's a hugger, right? So there's now fist pumps and elbow pumps. It's a bit weird. You're just meeting someone, but you know what? It's actually creating a new level of connection. I mean, it's weird. It's like, hey, nice elbow pump. But it's good. It's a new conversation because we're not doing it. I think what I'm trying to say is there's actually this opportunity here rather than, someone just said, is that a dry cough, Jess? It is a dry cough. Don't worry, I've got scotch. It's a great remedy for my dry cough. Anyway, I think there's opportunity here. I think that's what I'm saying, is there's opportunity here. Like you're saying, turn off the TV, go around, and like you, I don't really notice the chaos anywhere but on social media and on TV.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's true.
Yeah.
Walk down the street, that's not happening. It's actually really nice. It's actually really nice. Treat yourselves with peace, people. Treat yourselves.
Yeah. Let's have a look at some of these comments that we've got here, because we've got loads. I can't go back to everyone, but just
self-isolate, Jess. It's your turn.
Self-isolate. Someone tell me to self-isolate. I love Trish. I read a comment from you earlier that said, who wants to come and self-isolate with me? I'm like, I think that defeats the purpose, Trish. I was like, and I reckon, what else have we got here? Hello, whoever's jumping on. We go. So much love and respect for the doctors. I mean, look, I don't like to have a view on this stuff because I know people get so funny about these views on whether, let's say the worst case scenario, someone invented coronavirus to make money out of the remedy for it. Let's say worst case scenario that happened. Whether or not that happened or not, it's happened. Now we're dealing with, we have a concern for health across the globe, and the fact that someone invented it and that was wrong really doesn't matter now. It's done.
Mm-hmm.
And if that guy's going to get made rich because I take the immunization from it or whatever, and half the population of the world does, he's going to get rich. If that's how he makes money, I reckon the universe will sort itself out anyway. So don't worry. We can just let that guy slide and let's deal with the fact that it's happening. Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's like when there was floods up in Townsville, and my brother is he works in the council up there. He does that. I always forget what he does. Sorry, bro.
He does a thing.
Yeah. And he was talking about how there was the floods up there, and that afterwards, even after the floods, someone was to blame. Like someone, I think it was the council or whoever decided to let the water out or not let the water out. I can't even remember. But either way, someone was to blame. It wasn't it's happened, let's deal with what's going on right now. Energy was a lot of energy was poured into we've got to blame someone for it. I feel like that's such a human nature thing as well, as you were talking about.
Yeah, I do. I think it is.
I'm really trying to figure out what does that do? What do you think?
That's a good question. Do you know, I teach my kids never to use the word blame, fault, or it was them. him, her, it. I literally don't use it. That language doesn't fly in my home.
Yep. Yeah.
Now, I also tell them that they live in a world where it does. It just doesn't fly here.
Yep.
So, I mean, I think it's very human to want to point fault and blame. I mean, I do it myself sometimes. I catch myself in it. You know, I think it's very human, but it is something I interrupt.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
it's an interruption. It's not something that I think, I mean, in this case, whether or not it was some guy that wanted to make money in pharmaceuticals, or whether it was, you know, I mean, I don't know where these viruses come from. Who knows? It's like asking, no one will really ever know. It's like asking whether the Big Bang Theory is right. We're just going to get into some argument about it. Who knows? Yeah. We ended up here. Here we are. Okay, yeah. Here we are. Now what are we going to do? Right. It's the same with my, you know, it's the same with my daughter the other day. My son ended up cutting his head, got 7 stitches. As far as I can tell, a ladder fell on his head. My daughter was doing something with a skateboard. All I know is that she went, "It wasn't me. It wasn't me." I didn't do it. And I was like, well, even if you did, even if it was you that ran into the skateboard, you know, were you doing this deliberately? Did you actually set out to try and kill your brother? I don't think you did.
You know, I actually had a situation. This comes to mind. And speaking of blame, I did it yesterday. I sat in a mess of blame yesterday because, as you know, I just got a new secondhand car.
You did.
And 2 days in, the clutch gives way while my kids are in the car, in the middle of the road, driving, pulling over. New secondhand car, new car for me, just bought. And yeah, I sat in it last night. I sat in blame. I sat in if I'd only got a couple of days later, or now whose fault is it? Because there has to be a repair. And I know who I bought it from. But I also really care that they don't have to foot it, because it's like I actually was really upset at the actual thing happening, but I couldn't blame anyone because I actually care, because either way someone's going to pay for it, right?
Yeah.
Either way. And it's like I sat in this whole, like, if they pay for it, that's taking out of their family's income. And then if I pay for it, it's taking out of my own thing. But then I honestly was just like, okay, it happened. I got to sort this out.
Yeah.
Like I've just got to sort it out. And I had to take blame out of the equation. The reality is my clutch broke.
Yeah.
It could be anything. It could be anything. And it could be any reason. And it's actually nobody's fault. It just happened.
Yeah. And
so it helped a lot. It helped me a lot to just release it, just to go, it just happened. Actually, I'm safe. My kids are safe. The car is safe. It's just a clutch. We're fine. You know?
That's awesome. And I think that's great, right? Because it is, I think, a lot of our time and energy, and I'm going to assert that's what's happening here as well with this coronavirus. A lot of our time and energy is spent on being frustrated at the drama of it. Who did it? Whether people should be upset, that people are getting worried, they're trying to get toilet paper, la, 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 la. Just that's happening, whether you really like it or not. It's like, whether I like it or not, I now have to deal with that I have no clutch in my car.
Yeah. I just got to deal with it. I got to get it sorted.
Yeah.
Because I don't hate anyone for it. Like, how could I? It just happened.
How much time and energy do you reckon you'd spend if you did, though? If you tried to work out who, if you were going to blame anyone, who would it be? Tell me who you blame.
I'd blame the who sold me the car.
Okay, so blame him.
That's what I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
I did do that initially because I was angry and I was like, I just bought it 2 days ago. But then at the same time, what that does, what blame does, it dissolves really valuable relationships.
Yeah.
Relationships are very high on my priority list. Like that's a high value of mine. And I would rather not, I'd rather not dissolve relationships because
You know,
of
this, yeah, sorry. This is really great. I'm going to use this as a scenario, right? Because most people would be listening to this going, freak, that was 2 days ago. You should blame him, right? Or her, or whoever it was. But I want to use this as a great scenario because whether or not, let's just say it was the mechanic or the person that sold you to, you know, firstly, what does it bring up? Salesmen, salespeople. Immediately that story gets activated, right?
Mhm.
What else?
Money.
Money. Don't really have the money, or you don't want to spend the money on that, right? There are other things you could spend money on. Okay.
Yep.
What else?
Safety.
With the car and the kids?
Yep. 100%.
Yeah.
Totally.
What about
Yeah.
time?
And time.
Okay.
And grocery.
Okay. So all those things show up like that, don't they? As a human being, it's like immediately clutch goes, salesman, time, money.
Things, all the things.
Like that.
Yeah, all of that.
Okay. Now tell me, let's say it is this guy or girl. Is it a guy or a girl that sold you the
Guy.
Okay, let's say it is this guy. With all of that frustration and story, did you just read Trish's? I know, I saw her comment too. I was like, oh my God. That's so Trish. Thank you, Trish. I have no crotch in my undies. That's right. Who to blame? With
There's
all
so many people to blame in that scenario, Trish.
so many, so much more fun. So with all of that going on, let's just say it was this. I like to call it the source of something. Like you get to the source of something because when you know the source of why something doesn't work, you can increase your performance. That's where I always come from. Whereas if you blame people, you'll never increase your performance because it's always outside of yourself. But in terms of this, do you have any way of having this guy pay for it if you're going to go and hate on him and blame him for everything? It would be like, yeah, whatever, Jax. Yep.
It'd be horrible if I came from that. You know, it's at the end of the day, the way that I actually like came out of it, and I thought, well, at least I'm going to have a new clutch and the car's going to be mint. Like, what else? You know, at the end of the day, it's going to be maybe like the car was a good price as it was. So just put another $1,000 on that or whatever. It's just like, okay, it's just the cost of a car.
Yeah.
It's a good car. I like the car.
Yeah, and if you look at it from a source, right? If you look from source, did you hey?
Sauce, tomato sauce?
Sauce, I know, I always use that. Yes. Special sauce. If you look from the source, did you do everything that you could to make sure that it was in good working order?
In 2 days? Yes.
Well, no, I mean before you bought it.
Oh, well, no, I had my partner look at it.
There's the problem. We can blame him now. Okay, good. And is he a mechanic?
No.
He's not. Okay, so you can now look at the source of it and go, all right, well, next time, what will you do differently?
Have it looked over by a mechanic.
Okay. And you know that now, right?
Easy.
And sometimes I feel like we get these lessons so that we can be fully responsible and accountable. And we don't know until we do these things how important things are, right?
It's like when we're running late and we blame everything else, the traffic,
yeah,
whatever keeps getting in the way. But like the source is that we should have just got up a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I know. I'm all about source and performance. I'm sorry, I just got up a bit. I look like a little hobbit for a bit then. Yeah, it is. And if we go, perfect person to blame, problem solved. I love that.
It's him.
What's that?
It was my partner.
Oh, is it? Yeah, okay.
I'm just referring to my partner.
So I know now I'm coughing, and now I'm like, everyone thinks it's okay. I'm self-isolated in my bedroom here. If we now take this to the contravirus, right? Because this is great. You know, what's the point in blaming? What difference is that going to make?
Turn your TVs off.
Yeah, you can go back to the TV. But realistically, like, I think if someone's upset or worried or anxious, or even if someone is in self-isolation, I've got a friend who's going to be going into self-isolation, and she's super busy, and she's got a business as well. She's come back from New Zealand, and she has to be 14 days isolation. And look, I know she's got everything that she needs, but it's like, getting angry at all of that is not going to make any difference. She's great. She's like, okay. I had a company that runs events, big events every 2 months. It's the source of their whole survival. They just went, all right, here's what we're going to do. They innovated a new way to do it.
Yeah.
Getting annoyed and frustrated is going to make zero difference, guys. Zero. It's like what you did with the car. It's like, all right, next time I'm going to get a mechanic to look at it. There's no way that you're going to get upset with your partner because you asked him.
I love him too much.
Did you kind of get annoyed though?
I told him what was on that when I was upset. Yes, I didn't say it was his fault, but I told him I was about it.
You did? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're human. You are human. Your partner is so beautiful.
Yeah.
How could you be mad at him? But yeah, you did all that stuff. But it's like, I think what I can hear that we're really creating here and we're talking about is that if you get caught in the drama of this, life's not going to go well. It's just not. It's gonna make it worse, and probably what you're trying to prevent is probably going to get perpetuated.
Yep. Totally. Because we attract how we feel. If we're afraid, we're attracting what we're afraid of.
And if we're blaming, we're attracting what we're blaming.
Yep. And more things to blame.
Yeah. So just use the hand sanitizer, stay a little bit away, use the opportunity to fist pump or elbow pump someone as an opportunity to connect. Put yourself, yeah, that's right. Put yourself in self-isolation if you have a dry cough like me. I haven't coughed all day, and suddenly I start talking about this and I got the black lung cough. You know, if you're going to go to an event, make sure you can see the hand sanitizer out there. I mean, at our events, just so you know, we're following all the guidelines. We're not cancelling anything. We're doing what we can over webinars now. We're fully set up for webinars. You know, you just deal with it, babes. It's going to be okay.
Don't go to the Nullarbor.
Don't honestly.
From travel to the Nullarbor.
Honestly, you should see the heat map. It's so funny. It's like all over the world, and then it's like right in the middle of Australia. I'm like, whoever's out at the Nullarbor, just leave them there for a while. They'll be fine.
So like a Nullarbor quarantine.
That's right. Who knows? Might have been a kangaroo. We're not sure. But yeah, and just you're getting called. Just be kind. You know, just allow people, even if they are getting, you know, sucked into this story. It is scary. People's businesses are at risk. People are having to innovate new ways of doing things.
Yes. I feel like we get to really hear each other on this. You know, I noticed someone getting really, really, really upset online about about her business, and it's such a legitimate upset. And social media is a platform that exists, you know, and we do sometimes use it to project how we're feeling. I feel like we get to really see it and hear her, as opposed to taking offense or to each other. Just hearing each other and seeing each other, knowing that our fears are genuinely the same feeling. Like we feel fear. When we feel fear, regardless of what we're fearing, it feels the same and it feels real.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And Becca, hello, Becca, has said, and hello, Kerry Dean. I see your comments there too. Becca has said, what would you say to people flipping out right now? What would you say?
You just get to know that they're flipping out because they're reactive, and that's okay. We've been reactive. So you don't really need to say anything. You just get to stay in your cool and your calm, and there's no point saying anything really. It's just when we stay cool and calm, and it's just like, cool, I hear you, I get you, I understand why you're feeling this way, and not try and change that because they're in a process. They're just in their experience of the flipping out. Or you just like hold the space for them and go, cool, I completely get it, because we do to some degree. And then when we're calm, others stay calm. It's like the ripple effect.
Yeah, practice being the calm for people. Just listening.
Turn your TVs off.
What'd you say?
Turn your TVs off, and then you'll stay calm.
If anyone has missed Jax, hashtag, I want everyone to hashtag Jax, just so we know that she knows she's seen and heard. Hashtag TVs turn off. Hashtag turn the TV off.
Turn TVs off.
Yes. Hashtag all of it. Because I think that's very clear for you, that helps stay out of the drama. I mean, I have a TV. The only thing that goes on is really anything my kids watch. I don't literally watch TV. But I agree. I think I've pretty much been, the only thing that I came across was, my family are Mormon. So they are very religious in the Church of Jesus Christ Latter-day Saints, right? I'm not, but they are. And they sent a little post out. We have this little family group thing. And they said that the church was cancelling congregation for an unlimited amount of time. To which I jokingly said my brother would be very excited because he hates going to church. But I was watching that and I went, wow, something's happening. Something's happening. I didn't realize it was that bad. And that's when I got interested in it, right? But I'm pretty, what did you say?
It's drama-free, Jax.
True, that's right. And Manuela, yeah, that's right. Or Manuel. Ooh, what a cool name. Hashtag turn TV off, you know. Hashtag.
Uh-oh, hang on. Can you hear me?
Yep.
My AirPods just died.
I can hear you. Actually, it's clearer.
Is it? Oh, even funnier. Here I am thinking they're clearer.
Clearer. It's so cool.
How interesting. But yeah, so that was the only thing, and I then checked it out and I was like, wow, this is like getting for real. Like,
yeah,
and then I'm noticing everyone, you know, then gets that judgment. But yeah, you're right. It's like there are some really legitimate things people are worried about.
Yeah,
you know, I'm a business owner and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to really do some thinking here, because there's no way. One of my ethics is unstoppability under any circumstances. So I'm going to have to really innovate and create ways here. And, you know, some people aren't there. Some people are like, wow, my whole business is now going to fail. Yeah. We can give compassion to that. That's scary.
And even exotic dancers. So I'd seen something like a post from a friend who's an exotic dancer. It's a real thing. They have no work. She has no work, which therefore means can't pay rent, which therefore means she can't live. Like it's a real thing. It's stressful.
That is. And that's why it's like, okay, there are some things out there now that, one of my friends runs a business, and he's like, well, we've got to think about ways to do this. He runs an online training, development, coaching platform. So get online, find new ways to get online. I'll actually drop his link in here, because anyone that does, like you just said, exotic dancers, coaches, event runners like me, things like that, being online is now a great opportunity to look at how to get online.
Yep. 100%.
So I will drop his link in here, because I think it's really great what he's doing and how he's providing that kind of space for people to start to look at getting online. What else? The other thing is, people that do get sick and experience being sick a lot, this is super scary for them. And saying to them, oh, it's all in your head, it's all this, it's all that doesn't make it any better.
You can't do
it really
that.
Doesn't.
You can't do that. It's like there's PTSD from that kind of thing. There's trauma from experiences. If you get robbed in a car park at 10 at night, you will not be in a car park any night, because we have trauma from it, and it's a real thing. It's a real fear.
Yeah. And I don't get sick, right? I haven't been sick in like 10 years. I think once, maybe. I don't get sick, right? That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And that does not mean that I don't have full compassion for people that experience that and have been. I mean, my mum gets sick a lot, and it's super scary for her, because she is the one that experiences the not breathing, the being in bed all the time, the setback, the not going to work, there's a whole world of stuff that comes with this stuff. So yeah, if you can, and then don't beat yourself up if you get a bit annoyed at people. I've been annoyed at people. It's okay to be human too. I just encourage interrupting oneself. I encourage frustration expressed and interrupt so that you can hold space for others through this time.
Yep. Totally. And you know what? If we're all going to die soon, you might as well just... Do
you see that comment?
Yeah. The babies.
Yes. Someone said today there's going to be a baby boom 9 months from now. That's funny. Obviously not at my house. That's funny. But yeah, I think it's like, please provide each other compassion. This is a tough time. And don't worry about toilet paper. We covered that off at the beginning. It's just about the way that they buy and sell toilet paper. It's all there. It's okay. Everything's going to be okay.
Keeps coming in.
Yes.
It's fine. We're doing trades soon.
Sorry, what'd you say?
We'll be doing trades soon.
Yeah, I know. And look, I do highly recommend keeping the funny memes going. I'm not going to stop. I will continue to find ways to laugh, as you pointed out earlier, and bring some fun and joy around this topic, because it isn't probably going away for a little while. And yeah, find ways in which and create posts and maybe conversations to look at how to innovate through this.
Mm-hmm. Yep. And maybe let's just talk about something else. I know this whole...
You're like, can we just talk about something else? I've had enough.
Turn our TVs off. Like, that's it.
Hashtag turn TV off. If Jax, it's just going to keep waving that banner. If you see...
I was sitting at the playground, and that was the first conversation that was had. And I was like, no, there's so much cool stuff we can talk about. But someone just mentioned it, a stranger. And I get it. I was like, cool. But I was like, no.
Yeah. Well, can I challenge you on that?
Yep.
Here's my challenge, physical challenge. Physical challenge. I don't even know where that's from, but let me challenge you on it. How about if someone says something, oh my God, about contravirus, we respond with 2 things. This is going to be fun. Okay. Don't touch me. Okay, go. They will laugh. Don't touch me.
Please don't touch me.
Is that a dry cough? Have your kids been tested? No, but something as a joke, right? Secondly, here's my my invitation to anyone watching. If someone says anything, instead of, I mean, you can, oh no, they're talking about it again. You can, but instead you say, do you run a business? Is this a real concern for you? And you ask that question, and they'll probably A, tell you they do, or B, their concerns, and go, yeah, I really get it. I really get it. I really, really get it. I understand. And then leave it at that.
Mic drop.
Just leave it. Just let people get heard.
Yeah. Oof.
Yeah. And be the calm. And then say, do you have any hand sanitizer? I think you came too close. Okay. Do you have a stock of toilet paper?
Pull out one of the masks and say, can I ask you a question?
That's right. Hang on. Are you talking to me? Yeah. Find a way to bring some joy and humor to it. But yeah, absolutely. Allow people to get listened to. Yes. And we're just about to finish up. Let's just say hello to everyone who's come on. Hello, Pammy, Jojo. Hello, Erica, Amanda, Sue, Sally Love, Sally Dillon. We've had a few people run on. Leave us a comment. Hashtag turn TV off.
Hashtag turn TV off.
Hashtag don't touch me.
Hashtag Australia's Ellen DeGeneres.
Hashtag Australia's Oprah.
Hashtag.
Oh, too funny. But yeah, we just wanted to come on and look, thank you, Jax, for joining me and exploring this topic. It's a hot topic for people right now. There's all sorts of things flying around. Allow this to be an opportunity to connect with people around you, not something else that disconnects us. Everyone is human. That's right. We're all human. There's concern about the business, economy, health, all sorts of things. There's plenty of information to stay safe through this and allow others to be safe around you, and find a way to bring joy and humor and connection through this time. Anything else for you?
That's amazing. No, I'm so grateful that there's got to be a lighthearted, meaningful conversation that wasn't a bitch fest. It was fun. And yeah, I'm just so grateful for this space with you, Jess Claire. Amen.
You are so welcome. Yes. Love you, woman. Love you, woman. Love you, woman. I can't wait for our show to start in a year or so. Australia's Oprah and Ellen. We're going to do something. It's going to be fun. There's so many other topics we can bring here. Oh, yeah.
Especially the topic of Trisha's crutch and the source of the hole.
Oh, here we go. The amount of times I've seen comments about Trisha's crutch online. I don't know.
Hashtag Trisha's crutch.
Oh, dear. She's going to roll with that one. No, that's beautiful. Thank you all for tuning in. Love your work. Yeah, watch it back to the start. Absolutely. It was great. And yeah, again, love everything that you do, Jax. I know have you got an event coming up, or you got something online that people can participate in?
I do have an event. It's not online, it's in person.
It's in person, yeah?
In Brisbane on Thursday. It's it's called Soulgasm. And it's
Soulgasm. Oh, that sounds fun.
Experience, but I will be channeling sounds that are going to completely cause immunization in the cells of every single person in that room.
Beautiful. Okay, well, drop your link in here. Definitely do that. Will there be hand sanitizer though?
Yes, hand sanitizer. There will be spaces between each participant. I might even provide the masks as a
There you go. So you can go get a Soulgasm. You can go get personally antibacterial celled through all of your body, and you have
sound. Yes, I will channel sound. And I
There
will
you
go. It'll just be a really nice experience with no TVs. That's just
Hashtag turn TV off. Go to Jax's event on Thursday. That's right. Cool. Drop the link in there. People would love to join you. Thank you so much, beautiful. And I will talk to you later. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. Hashtag replay. Okay. See ya.